Kai Cenat Streaming University being called a scam again.
Here we go again.
What a genuine genius this guy is. Just literally getting everyone else in the world, all the other creators in the world, to be doing his freaking bidding for him and his advertising for him. And then you know who he picks? All the biggest creators, all the FaZe, all the that new Como house, all the AMP. He just picks a sketch.
Right on cue, after the announcement of the participants of Streamer University, we have think piece after think piece about who belongs and who doesn't. People are criticizing Kai Cenat, saying that there's nothing but BBL women in there, there's nothing but friends in there, there's nothing but celebrities in there, and there's nothing but big streamers in there. And to be honest with you, this is something that Kai Cenat called almost verbatim that people will be criticizing him for.
A lot of niggas about to hate me after this, whether it's good or bad, whatever it is. A lot of niggas are going to hate me. Yeah. I can see the TikTok think pieces already. We don't get accepted. We didn't get accepted.
And I guess if you look at the biggest names on the roster, then maybe I could understand how some people are getting to these conclusions. But honestly, they are wrong. Not only are you seeing celebrities, but you're seeing big streamers, professors, people who have already had motion. But when you start to break down the numbers as to who is in Streaming University, you realize that, I ain't gonna lie, people are turning a blind eye to the reality of the fact, and it's probably based on the fact that they are jealous that they didn't get in. It seems as though the backlash is misguided. It's never supposed to be let anybody in university. So I think we need to break down who got into Streamer University and why people are hating so much. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long
I feel like people are mad because I ain't gonna lie. You might not believe it or not, but Streaming University, most of the people that went last year, I wouldn't say their lives changed, but most of them, their life did a 360 from what it was before. Like, Yana was probably the biggest person that life changed on some stuff. Like, she came in there very, very small. She was streaming on a phone, or they said she was streaming on a PS5 or a phone or something. And then once she leaves Streaming University, she took off. Now she's a big ass creator on YouTube and streaming platforms.
Wait for the channel. If you subscribe, I'm gonna let you into Omizi University, except for the freak balls. Some of the freak balls, y'all.
Yeah, subscribe to me. I'll get y'all in Streaming University.
Is it not for streamers trying to make it? You're putting millionaires into the team. What does he need this for?
At this point, Kai just need to rename Streaming University to Celebrity University, because that's basically all that he got in it. Skyjax, Queen, Naja, Dream Doll, and Clarence. The worst one for me was Sky Jackson, because what the is she possibly going to talk about and do? You don't want to hear about your baby father, I'm sorry. It's like to all the creators.
He said we don't want to hear about your baby father.
New York and Atlanta. Like, basically, he just used y'all as promo.
Oh, brother, these guys stink. In the aftermath of Streamer University's acceptance list, I've had to have my ear yapped off by nonsensical content creators, streamers, Twitter people, Instagram people about their think pieces and theories as to why that there are so many celebrities.
You know what I wondered? Chat. Y'all know what well, not chat, but YouTube. Y'all know what I wondered? Check me out now. Why every time a name got called, people had confetti? Why every time a name got called, people have confetti? That makes me wonder. Did those people know before they were getting in? Or is it really set up for, like, you feel what I'm saying? I don't know, bro, because everybody that celebrated had confetti. Why did everybody have confetti? That's only one person did some crazy shit and they was pouring milk on themselves and all types
of streamers in Streamer University.
Lying.
This tweet says, I'm not gonna lie, Kai only picked like max 5 people who were affiliates or had a low following. Not speaking for myself, by the way, I'm partner. Everybody else was either partnered or super known already. Yeah, it was damn near 90% women also.
For sure. I see where the women thing, oh shit, my bad, y'all. I see where the women thing comes into play because, like, last year was a lot of men. There was a lot of men. But the fact that most of these people did get picked, they were either dominating on YouTube or Instagram already. So they already had a little motion. They just wasn't big in the streaming world. Like, the lowest person I seen when Kai cooked on a, what's it called? They had 50 viewers.
Other tweet says, that's a damn shame Kai Cenat had all those people apply and come to Streamer University, only for him to choose streamers that are already well known. What was the point of acting like you were trying to find new raw talent if the talent is already famous people? Boy, confirmation bias is a for some of these people. Look, if you only look at the most recognizable names, it can feel like only the big creators got in, the small creators got pushed to the side. And when people see celebrities, big streamers, and professors all on the same roster, it makes the whole thing feel more exclusive expensive than it actually is. Honestly, this is where the backlash becomes misleading to me. People are reacting to the names that they recognize and not the full roster.
Did Cenat actually ignore small streamers? 40% of the streamers that got accepted averaged 1 to 150 viewers per stream.
That's what I'm
so to
saying.
me, I consider these the small streamers, and they made up 40% of the acceptance rate. Now, from all the people who averaged 0 to 150 viewers, 16 people got accepted, averaging less than 25 viewers per stream. Now, these are people who were super consistent. They have been streaming for weeks, months, maybe even years, and they haven't been getting much love. So the really small streamers are pretty well represented here.
Now, shouts out to that guy who put together that comprehensive video about the data behind who got into Streamer University and who didn't, because he confirmed what I felt as I watched the Streamer University announcement list live. 40% of accepted streamers had between 1 and 150 viewers. Now, in the grand scheme of it all, that's decently sized, but nobody would say that that's a big streamer. 18% had 150 to 500 viewers. 17.5% are non-streamers and people who only started streaming recently. That's 76%. That's more than 3/4 of the streamers being what we would call smaller streamers or just non-streamers at all. Only 4.2% of the people that made it were people who averaged 10,000 or more viewers. And I felt the same exact way when I was watching it in real time, looking up people go from 1 live viewer to 20,000 live viewers. So this idea that Cenat accepted just the biggest names in the content creation space, the massive streamers only, that's just not true. Now, of course, you're gonna have the big name celebrities and bigger streamers involved, which we'll get into a little bit later. But a lot of the backlash is based on people reacting to those names that are huge and not recognizing the full picture. They can't see the forest for the trees. Is that it? I think I said it right this time. I don't know. But once the data shows that there are small creators, the argument then transitions to why not pick even more unknown people? That's where people are forgetting about the auditions.
Every time you f with that nigga, I lose. I'm the one that gotta pay for it. But he the one who think he the man in Compton, cause he is. Now you gonna get off his corner, you gonna let his people be, or by all means you gonna have to find a new plug. You don't mean that shit. The f I don't. I built this shit, me, brick by brick, and I refuse for you to tear it down cause you don't like the way another nigga talk. How you doing, Kyle? You did that.
You see, this is the part where most people are forgetting. You didn't need some sort of big platform to get Cenat's attention. You didn't need a huge social media presence. The auditions were the opportunity for you to show your personality, talent, confidence, or something memorable. The big guy who performed the snowfall scene and the guy who arrested Cenat, which I thought was the most funniest thing in the world, are perfect examples of these.
For here from the Amos Department of Corrections, could you kindly stand up for me? We're here to issue you a few citations. So you have 2 options. We're going to offer you 2 deals. I need you to hire me as the home monitor for Streamer University. As you can see, I'm very competent at my job, and I've been doing this for a very long time. So that's one way to go, or you'll be apprehended at the scene as we speak.
Okay, I can't accept now.
They didn't ask Cenat for a chance. They used the moment to show presence. And for the big guy specifically, that helped him get in. There has to be some sort of baseline in these auditions. Streamer University just can't accept anybody in because they wanted badly. Hell, everybody in that line wanted it badly. But as somebody who was a part of the Atlanta auditions, think about if Cenat let all 2,200 of those people in, 2,200 people from the New York one, 2,200 from the LA. At some point, come on guys, I don't know what people are expecting. This one tweet from Ari the Mermaid sums up the audition process because I know people thought that was also a waste of time. See, this type of thinking is what I hate. It's not a waste at all. Being a streamer is literally putting yourself out there for opportunities. Most people don't even have that courage to do so and want to take that leap of faith.
That's right.
Showing up in and of itself was an opportunity for you to get content.
If you went to the Streamer University tryouts or whatever, that was your opportunity. It wasn't the opportunity of meeting Kai. It was more so the opportunity of like, hey, you're showing that you're willing to do anything for your career. There was people that flew 11 hours. There was people that drove 7 hours. Well, I wouldn't say fly 11 hours, but there's people that drove 11 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours just to get to Atlanta. That's your opportunity. Then how you capitalize on the opportunity that's already given to you. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people outside of this building. You should have been making content with at least 50 to 100 of those people, meeting new people. You should have had walked away, whether you met Kai or not, walked away with at least 50 new ads, 100 new follows, numbers, whatever. That's the opportunity, bro. Because you never know who you're going to meet or run into. Facts. Wallahi.
you to get visibility and for you to network and create some type of experience. I know a lot of people saw an influx in viewership, whether it be on their short form content, their long form content, their live stream, just because they were doing, saying, or being around Streamer University. And at the end of the day, this is literally what being a content creator is about. Putting yourself out there in a safe and respectful way of yourself and others, but just getting out there and experiencing something totally different. And this is where the conversation for a lot of these people who didn't get in and are upset today gets a little uncomfortable, because they felt like they were a small streamer and Cenat's not letting small streamers in. Small streamer doesn't just mean a random person who deserves some sort of chance. Small streamer means somebody who has proven something but just doesn't have the viewership yet.
I'm fucking trans, bro. I'll be transitioning OD. I was on TikTok live with all girls. Then I went to Twitch and then I had no views. Then I built up an all guys, all dudes. And I started doing girl content, Risen. I blew up with that. The only people who consistently grow in content creation and social media are the people who can transition. If you can't transition, your career lifespan is gonna be way more shorter.
This is where people confuse being small with unqualified. A creator can average under 500 viewers and still have years, and I do mean years, of experience. They can have clips, community, editing reps, personality, and real content identity. Brayden is a good example of that. He started in short form, then moved to the IRL streaming with the girls, and then realized, hey, he's not gonna build a real community doing that. So then he shifted towards more of the personality being the product. This is the type of creator that Streamer University makes sense for. Not someone who magically becomes a creator overnight. Somebody who's been trying, adjusting, failing, and trying to figure out exactly what their content is. Even when I go and look for somebody who is going to be an undiscovered streamer or
I
the next
definitely
big content
understand,
creator,
bro. I understand that to the fullest, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Being a creator is hard, bro. I swear it is, bro. I've been on YouTube. I started YouTube at 12 years old, y'all. I was doing trick shot videos on BO2. I only did that for the time being of how popular the game was. So till about I was like 13. Then I didn't come back into YouTube till I was almost 22 years old. So 10 years later, I come back into YouTube. I started with doing reactions to body cams. That wasn't working. Then I went to reactions for urban content, which is like hood ghetto type content. You feel me? Killings, murders, whatever you want to call it. And then now I'm into the streaming niche. Y'all, you have to know how to transition. You also got to know what's going to build longevity, and you also got to be ready for any changes that's coming up, adapting to any situation and adapting to any environment. Most people can't do that. Most people can't sit here for 1 or 2 years and see 5 views, 10 views, 5 views, 10 views, not feel discouraged. You feel me? Wondering when's their next day, when's their next video. Well, someone like me, we not worried about the view. We worried about the grind. We worried about the dedication, because we know in 3 to 4 years from now, we lit. Whether that's going from 10 views to 100 views, whether that's going from 100 views to a K, you got to be grateful for whatever situation, and you got to always want to learn more and to do more and to be better, because you're not going to last long if you're not trying to be better. You're not trying to grow. There's people on here that think that, oh, I made it on YouTube, TikTok, or Twitch already. I don't need to do more grinding. I don't need to do more housework. I don't need to act a certain way no more. I can do whatever. But you do, because people see that. Facts. Wallahi.
Look at their entire scope, not just what you did in a year.
Wallahi.
Do you really understand the process? Did you hop into 2K and then switch from gaming to something more IRL? Did you do some talking head videos? Have you gone through all of these different things to understand what works and what doesn't work in multiple niches? And then once you understand that, you can make anything work, to be quite honest with you. And if you look at that, that's consistent about all.
When you understand it, when you get it down and know what works for you, you're good. You're unstoppable. You won't need Streamer University. You won't need this mentor. You won't need this book. You won't need to go do this, go do that. You got it.
The big streamers and content creators.
You can do
across
anything,
the
bro.
internet. Hell, even Cenat went from gaming to pranks to stories to what he is now. And that path that he's got
y'all can go check.
Tyson.
Look, I enticing y'all. If you're a creator watching this or just a regular viewer, this is a new channel, so I can't really tell y'all, but if y'all look down in the comments, the description, and go to hit my second channel, I have videos on there from years ago, y'all. Y'all go look at these big creators. They've been on YouTube for 10, 15 years, gang. Literally, go find that video he's talking about. You can literally go to YouTube, your favorite creator, hit videos, hit oldest, and it's going to show you their oldest video. I've seen the video he's talking about. I've seen Speed's oldest video. These boys started out doing stuff that I did. Regular story times. Then it went to some type of girl content, blind dates. Then it went to pranks. Then it went to straight reactions. Then it went to streaming. Like, bro, y'all gotta grind, bro. Y'all just can't be all mad because Streamer University this, Streamer University that. Bro, Streamer University wasn't even 1% of your career. That wasn't gonna change. Like, you know how much luck you have to have for Streaming University to change your life? It's not going to change your life, gang. I promise you it's not. What's going to change your life is the consistency, the dedication, and all the grinding you have to do in order to get to where you want to be. That's going to change your life. And it might happen in a week. It might happen in a month. It might happen in 2 years. It might happen in 5 years. But all in the end of the day, before it happens, do not give up. Wallahi.
Cenat, one of the best A&Rs in the business. He's really got an eye for talent.
Cenat put me on to Speed, actually. First time I watched Speed was when I was in the AMP house, and Speed was barking in his room and he was sweating, and I think he just hit 1 million subs. And Cenat said, nah, Speed is up next. And I'm like, what? What is this? He's just some barking in his room, shirtless, sweaty. He's like, nah, he got it. Look where Speed is now, bro. And Cenat was right. He has an eye for talent. That's why the Stream University is so cool.
Kai isn't just looking at numbers. He's looking for presence, moments, personalities, and people who can actually handle attention. But even if Kai has an eye for talent, Streamer University is still not just a charity event. It's also a live stream event. And that means that the roster needs some sort of balance.
It is a business. And the type of people that were picked for that Streaming University, you could tell the catalog, the type of people that they pick. And it's no hard feelings against them. It's just a vibe, the energy that he going for with the 2026 class. It's like obvious, you could see. I kind of feel that sentiment, like, yeah, it shouldn't be people that are Twitch partner picked or people that already have some motion pick. But again, like, game is game. That's just simply how this always been.
I think that a lot of people don't understand that at the end of the day, there has to be some sort of balance that goes into all of this. Naturally, Cenat can't have all big names and all big streamers. He can't have all women. He can't have all men. He can't have all small streamers. There has to be some sort of balance. So when I listen to some of these criticisms of people when they talk about Stream University, I just feel as though they're not hitting the nail on the head. And they're not seeing the forest for the trees.
Cenat, we're not watching that bullshit. We're not watching Celebrity University. Why the f is Lizzo's, Geo? Like, what the f are you doing, my nigga?
Dream Doll? I just want to give a message to all those people out there that went and lined up. What you need to work on is your clout. Get your clout up. Don't look for Stream University to be the thing that catapults you. If you haven't noticed, it's mainly Cenat bringing in people who got clout and a bunch of females who got semi-clout.
If Cenat was to fill it with all the big names in the world, it would feel more like an award show as opposed to something that is real and authentic, which is the basis and foundation of streaming. If you were to fill it all with women, it would feel like some sort of OnlyFans event. If you filled it with just the bros, it would feel like a sausage party. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not trying to see that. And if it was to fill it with all small streamers, I'm telling y'all, working in this industry before, I have had so many issues with just working with just smaller streamers. It's actually crazy. Not that there's anything inherently bad with them. It's just that they're not there yet. The audience still needs storylines. The stream still needs recognizable faces. The professors need some sort of experience to bring attention and structure. The mid-level creators bring momentum, and the smaller creators bring discovery. That's the mix right there. Streaming University is not just who deserves it the most, it's also who creates the moments, who can bring the audience, who can teach, who can network, and who can make the event entertaining. Now, does that mean the mix is always gonna be perfect? No. Some celebrity picks are fair to question. This one Twitter user asking, why is Lizzo here after she went from being a Grammy Award-winning artist to where she is now, is valid, but I think if you look at Lizzo's career and what's going on in her space, especially with the last albums, as it all makes sense to me. If you want to question a professor, I think that that's fine too. And some of the baddies may have gotten off of vibes and aura. Okay, fine. I want to ask, what would you do? A few questionable picks don't make the entire roster a scam. A lot of the anger feels like people turning rejection into proof that the whole thing was rigged. Some people are mad because they didn't get picked. Some people are mad because their favorite content creator didn't get picked. Some people are mad because they thought Streamer University was just going to be some sort of open door giveaway. But not getting accepted does not mean that the whole process was pointless. And it definitely doesn't mean that there should be no criteria at all. Look, Streamer University is not perfect. I promise you nothing in this world is. Kai can still be criticized for certain picks. But the whole idea that Streamer University is for big streamers and celebrities only, that's just not true. The roster has small, middle, new, big, and it has professors. The balance is the point. Look, I challenge people this weekend to go on Twitch, to go on Kick, to go on YouTube, to go on Rumble, to go on TikTok, whatever. Scroll down and look at the people who were on the smaller side that you felt like should have got in, or who criticized Kai Cenat for making a list. And then look at their content. And then look at how consistent they've been. And
consistency
then
is everything. Because even during the tryouts, Kai was looking up they Twitch, they TikTok, all that. Like, you ain't been, like, you started streaming when this came out. Why would I pick you? You only sparked up a stream because you was coming here. I wouldn't pick you either,
person
gang.
who was doing chess streams, who is very monotone, who's 67. Do you think that they would fit into Streamer University? Do you think that this Instagram person who only has like 3 or 4 posts and they put in an application to Streamer, do you think that they deserve to be in Streamer University? This woman on Instagram said, at Kai Cenat, I thought Streamer University was meant for small creators who are trying to perfect their craft and grow, not people who are already famous and have millions of dollars in their bank accounts. I'm not even a streamer, and the choices made honestly upset me. It feels like a missed opportunity to give aspiring creators the exposure and guidance they actually need. If you ask me, this whole thing is a joke and a slap in these small creators' face who stood in line for hours. And when I scrolled down her page, I thought to myself, where do you fit in? Like, no disrespect and no shade to her, but like, you know, content creation is for everybody. Every facet of content creation is not for everybody. I just don't understand why people believe that Streamer University was supposed to be let everybody in university.
I can see the TikTok think pieces already.
It just doesn't make sense. Every school, institute, university, whatever you want to say, has some sort of criteria. There has to be a baseline. And the ones who are actually ready for those opportunities usually understand that. For those that didn't get in, like myself even, this isn't going to stop me from creating content. This isn't going to stop me from being consistent. It may change how I do content, right? Especially if that's my end goal and I want to get to that thing. I'm going to study what's on this list. I'm going to study the trends that come up in the upcoming years, see who's hot, see who's not, all these different things. And then, oh, boom, make some pivots and decisions to fit my type of content.
Like I told y'all, as a content creator, you gotta know it's basically running a business, y'all. Content creating is basically running a business. If you never ran a business before, then you won't understand what I'm saying. But when you run a business, bro, I could say if I'm selling iPhone 16s, right? Say I'm selling iPhone 16s, they high, I'm busting, I'm getting them gone. And then the iPhone 17 come out, and now my iPhone 16 products are slowing down. I'm losing money because everybody want the iPhone 17. If I don't make that pivotal moment to go to the iPhone 17 and start selling those, everybody that was buying the iPhone 16s from me is finna go to somebody else is buying the iPhone 17, selling the iPhone 17. It's the same thing, y'all. Same thing with content. You gotta know what's trending. You gotta know how long you have for that to be trending, and then you gotta capitalize off of that trending moment. The same thing. Kai knew, all right, these people, if I put them in front of 100,000 people, they're gonna capitalize. If I give each of these people a professor role, I know they will teach something that at least is valuable to at least one person. I know this person can be janitor because he gonna clean. I know he gonna be hall monitor officer because he really gonna do what he do. Yes, at the end of the day, it's streaming content, but you also gotta be for real in your streaming content.
Better for that. But ultimately, I'm never gonna stop learning and stop growing as a content creator.
I literally just said that.
If that's what you truly want to do.
It's literally a business.
If it takes Kai Cenat to say like, yo, I'm about to do Streamer University for you to start doing a bunch of content, get consistent, maybe post a couple IG pics here and there or whatever, just to say that you're a small creator, then I'm gonna be honest with you, this probably isn't for you. Take this year to really reflect and be different.
Facts. So at the end of the day, to all my creators that's whining and complaining and mad that they didn't get in, I didn't get in either, gang. And you can go check all down you can go check every YouTube page that I got. You can go check Quincy Two Turn. I just got unbanned on there, but I ain't really, you feel me, posted on there yet. But you can go check Two Turn Quinn. I got stuff on there still posted years. Well, not years, but months, every day. You can check this channel. Ever since I created it, I've been posting 3, 4, 5 times a day. Not worried about being a Streamer University. But y'all let me know down in the comment section. Are these people tripping? Do y'all also think that Streamer University 2 picks have been a scam also? Are y'all still saying Streamer University 2 is a scam? But if y'all rocking with the video, hit that like, sub if you're new, and I'll catch y'all at the next one. Hey!